everyone, I'm outside because I felt like that was the right kind of place to be doing some of this Periscope stuff, and I see a whole bunch of people are on here. I just wanted to try this out without it being a random thing and actually having something to say. So if anybody wants to ask me any questions, I'm happy to sit here and answer. You can hear my neighbors mowing their lawn, but that's okay. Apparently, if you tap on the screen, then I'll see some hearts come up. So specifically, I'm looking for social media questions for small businesses, and I want to know what you guys think about this tool and if you can see any purposes for using it. I think it has a whole lot of potential for random things, showing people what you're doing, engaging with your audience on a more personal level, and I think it's a lot of fun, but you have to figure out just what you would want to do with it. It's a weird one-way kind of chat. So a good thing I've done some webinars, because then I can, I'm used to talking to myself without having anybody responding to me by voice. So my first question is, how can I make a viral video? And I don't have an answer for that. But if anybody has any questions about social media for small business, or what you think, or tell me what you think about this tool, because I want to hear. I'm just going to stick around for a little bit and try it out. Until then, I guess maybe I will share ideas on ways that I think people can use this tool. Okay, so what about Twitter chats? I think this, do I think this tool could be used with Twitter chats? I think so. I love that it's incorporated with Twitter and more people can jump in on it. I want to find out more about how people have used it. I only, really dug into it recently, and thinking about how you can use it is different and interesting. It's sort of, usually I try to find a good background and I try to make it more formal. So this is a good, I jump on, and it doesn't have to be formal and scripted and any of that stuff. That being said, you don't always know what you're going to talk about. Like now, I think it would be awesome for tourism. I think my one thing about this is I want to be somewhere where I can reach my Wi-Fi, because unless you have unlimited data, it could be kind of harder. But otherwise, showing people what you're doing as you're doing it is really great. Sharing, facilities for sure. Yeah, Krista, I can see your questions come up right on my device as I'm doing this, but if I'm not fast and paying attention, I might miss them. I'm not entirely sure how to scroll back easily. So I can see how many people are watching. I can see the little hearts that pop up, and that makes me want to keep talking, so keep hearting. Tap your screen and then I'll keep talking. I think scheduling them makes a lot of sense. That's what I did for today. I told a bunch of people I was going to be on at 1 o'clock trying it out, and I think that's probably made it more meaningful. There's a couple strangers on here, but they're probably not really my target audience. The people that really would want to be hearing me talk are the ones I think who would know that I was doing it at a specific time and talking about a specific thing. Krista says it keeps closing when you try to scroll. Yeah, I haven't figured that part out yet. Yeah, Artie, I know you don't know me. I think it would be great for spontaneous Q's and A's, and I think as you're walking around, that's it. If you're doing something, if you're at a conference, if you're at a trade show, if you see something new, if you're trying out, if you're a personal chef and you see something, a new ingredient that most people don't know about, you can start something, talk about it quickly, share it, and then finish it. And you can use either the screen pointing out or the screen coming back. I don't know, the spam is definitely something that you're going to have to play around with, or just maybe deal with, or know how to tune out. I think this is, it looks pretty good for me out in my backyard, and it's supposed to be just, off the cuff and different. And again, I really need to play around with it. I just didn't want to jump on with nothing to say. So here I am trying it out. I think, who knows what you could do with this kind of thing. Yeah, it would be great. If you're formally doing it, to have somebody help you. And you know what? I think maybe next time I would want some kind of tripod, because this is sort of hard to hold up and do at the same time. Yeah, the video looks good. Well, that's good, because when I've watched most of them so far, they didn't look that great, or so I'm glad if it's coming across pretty well as a streaming live video. I think trying to figure out, like, when I've randomly tried to find chats that are from, you know, whoever's just randomly putting them up, they haven't been very meaningful to me, but I think if people did schedule them, and I think that's where you'd get the most bang for your buck, say, I'm going to come, I'm going to answer questions, or the fact that you get told, right? So if you follow me, then you would get notified that I was here. I can see, it tells me that there are 11 people watching, and again, the hearts come up when people are tapping, and I've seen a bunch that seem to have hundreds of the hundreds on. I don't know any star Periscope users yet, but I think there's lots of potential. And it's a different thing, and I don't know if there's anything else that I can answer. I really just wanted to try and see what people thought of it. Bicycling Magazine is doing a great job. I'll have to definitely check that out. I'd love to see who's doing it well. Like, I really think there are a lot of options, and but I'm no expert on this tool yet. I told people on Twitter, and I told people on my Facebook page, and I told people on my personal Facebook account that I was trying it out, and I started a good conversation on my personal Facebook page about whether or not people like the tool, or if they see any options for it. I'll have to check that out, Kimra. And most, I would say, a good part of the people who are on here, and now it looks like there's like a windstorm coming. Oh! Who are on here right now are people who would have seen me talking about it ahead of time. Almost every single person who's popped on somehow engaged with me in some way when I said I was going to try it out. So that does show, I think, that scheduling it is good. She listed somebody who's doing it well, but I can't figure out how to scroll back right now. I don't know, and again, I don't even know, like, because this is my first time using it, and I just didn't want to do it without having something to say. I'm still learning how it all works. I want to see what more people are doing. I think you guys should all do it too, and I'm going to follow everybody, and then I'm going to get to try it. Yeah, I think the notifications is the cool part, right? That if you start a chat, people find out that it's happening, and so that's a great way to talk to people who wouldn't necessarily have known ahead of time. So it's a really good mix. I could see Andy Dick being very interesting to follow. I think you all should try one. Have you done any, Kimra? I'm excited that you're on here. I don't know about me being a trendsetter, Becky. Yeah, so I'm going to be following more and more people and watching what they're doing. I think there's lots of fun that can be had with this. Awesome. And again, I don't have anything else particular to say. I just thought if anybody wanted to ask me any questions, I think this is a really cool way to do it. Otherwise, you're just getting to see my backyard and me talking. Yeah, you probably had a lot of people on yours, Kimra. My audience is a little bit smaller still. Thanks, Christy. I think it's fun. I think I'll definitely do it again, and then see what happens with it. But I really just wanted to play around with it. 150, that's awesome. Well, thank you for being a part of my sort of guinea pig testing of this tool. I think it is fun, and maybe I'll do it again and have another specific topic or promote it some more. Awesome. Thanks, guys. I think I'm going to end this now, but again, thank you for coming and letting me play around without just talking to myself.